All right, here we are. It's Thursday, August 18th, episode 42 of the 4Ps. 2 weeks to Halloween, 3 weeks to Election Day, and 4 weeks until Mueller drops his Trump bomb. My Mueller prediction, by the way, Donnie Trump Jr. going down. After a decade as an Apple customer, probably even longer, had my first experience visiting the Apple Store and the Genius Bar. And my son's iCloud, iTunes, Apple password stopped working, and in order to reset it, it kept sending me to instructions sent to his, you guessed it, iCloud email, which I couldn't access, prompting a reset password screen, and so on, back and forth, driving me absolutely crazy. I couldn't get in. So I went to the store, waited about 2 hours, only to have someone there tell me to call Apple support. Not helpful. And when I finally spoke to a live representative, they offered to help my son regain access only once they could get his direct permission on the phone to have me do it. Yes, they wanted my 7-year-old son's verbal permission on the phone to give me, his father and legal guardian, the right to reset his password, which is actually illegal for 3 separate reasons. Needless to say, after pointing out the folly of their request and escalating it up all the way to the chief security officer of Apple over a 24-hour period, only then was I finally able to reset my 7-year-old son's iTunes password. On Tuesday, the President of the United States posted a tweet calling a woman horseface. Now, I get that this is a woman with whom he's had a very public disagreement, including legal and financial and sexual and personal issues, but this was so far beyond the realm of presidential that I just want to highlight it here. For any man to call a woman this, let alone a president, is disgusting. To think that a boy or a teenager heard this and thinks it's okay to call a girl this is beyond saddening. So here's the practical. Let's stop listening to and paying attention to and watching and tweeting and responding to and reacting to or talking about Trump. No more attention paid. Ignore him. This is the worst thing that we can do to him. Will it be hard? Of course. But this is the last resort in a war against evil. And with a Trump blackout, you'll probably feel less enraged every day, less stressed out, and better informed. So it's that time of year again when you see everyone telling you to vote. Celebrities, advertisements, leaders encouraging you to get out and vote. It's true. Voting is critical. People fought and died for your right to vote. And voter turnout in this country is among the lowest of any civilized democracy. It's kind of embarrassing. We are too busy, we're lazy, we don't think one vote matters, but also voter suppression keeps people away. Yes, there are people who want to vote and actually can't. But I'm going to tell you something that everyone else is afraid to tell you. Just voting isn't enough. So this election, just about every election moving forward, our rights are at stake. So decide what matters to you and vote for the candidate or candidates who will support those issues. So for me, it's a bunch of things. It's gun safety laws, protecting the environment, a woman's right to choose, LGBTQ rights, Medicare for all and affordable health care, criminal justice reform, immigrant rights, protecting dreamers, keeping families together, student debt relief, tuition-free college, affordable childcare, rebuilding infrastructure, paid family leave, Social Security protection, a higher minimum wage, affordable housing, equal pay for equal work. I believe that these are things that will make us better. It will make our country stronger, our economy stronger. So don't just vote. That's not enough. Vote for candidates who will actually make things better. So remember a few months ago when Netflix reported slightly lower subscription growth in Q2 than expected, and I said, don't worry. Well, some people did, but, well, I told you so. Turns out Q3 far exceeded their expectations and stock prices soared again on that news. Now, international growth is driving this, as is the draw of its programming. I've talked a lot here about the quality of streaming service content as well as my inability to just keep up with it all. But this is now accompanied by Netflix and other media leaders predicting a massive shift in how broadcast and cable television will have to keep up. Perhaps we'll see regular TV focusing more on news and sports and other live events, with the paid streaming service channels like Hulu and Amazon and even HBO focusing more on quality entertainment. Now, if true, this will definitively result in a reduction of quality programming across many channels, a further reduction in cable provider subscriptions, probably an increase in the cost of some of these paid subscription services, and ultimately a consolidation of networks. Give it a year, and then you'll hear me say it again, I told you so.